Hey there, and welcome back. Today we'll be doing a yoga routine mainly focused for those who work behind desks all day, sitting behind a table, slouching, and just want to work on getting your posture up and release any tension you might be feeling in your hips, shoulders, or neck. So, in the beginning, we're going to start in a comfortable seated position with our legs crossed or on our shins. We're going to start with some neck rolls. So, bringing our chin towards our chest, we're going to roll our head over to the left side, aiming to bring our left chin towards our one chin to our left shoulder, and then rolling it over to the other side, bringing chin to right shoulder. And we're just going to go in this back and forth motion, left and right. So we get some nice little stretches going on in our neck. And the next time your head comes over to the left, you're just going to let it hang over onto the side. And with our right hand, we're just going to stretch it out to as far to the right as we can. Maybe have our fingertips just barely touching the mat. And if you want to get a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can take your left hand and just rest it on the side of your head to just help pull your head and get a nice deeper stretch. And releasing yourself, you can move over to the other side. So letting your head fall over to the right with your left hand reaching as far to the left as you can. Fingertips just onto the mat. And to get a little bit of an extra lengthening, you can rest your right hand onto your head. And then releasing yourself. We're going to go to some seated eagle arms now. So taking your right hand up, you take your left hand and wrap it around your right arm. And you can either bring the backs of your hands together, or if you have the mobility for it, you can twist and bring your left fingertips all the way to your right palm. And then we're going to take a breath in, and as we do, we're going to lift our arms up as high as we can, and maybe give ourselves a gentle back bend. And as you exhale, rounding out as we fold forward. Taking another breath in to lift our arms up. And exhale to fold. Going through one more round. And you can come up and we can swap over to the other side. So left arm out in front of us, right arm wrapping around our left, and taking a breath in to lift our eagle arms up, and then exhale to fold. Inhale and exhale. One more time. And then as you come up, place your left hand onto your right knee, and with your right hand just behind you for support. And take a breath in, and as we do, we're going to lengthen our spine up. And exhale, we're going to pull our right shoulder as far back as we can, and even twisting our neck to see if we can gaze over our right shoulder. And then releasing ourselves from the twist, can move over to the other side. So right hand on left knee, left hand behind you for support. Taking a breath in, giving yourself a little bit of an extra length in your spine. And exhale, turning into your twist. And then releasing yourself. You come onto your hands and knees for a tabletop. I'm going to go through 5 rounds of cat cow. So taking a breath in, we're going to lift our chin up as we dip our bellies down. And as you exhale, bring your chin to chest, rounding your back out and gazing towards your belly button. Taking a breath in to go into your cat. And exhale into your cow. Going through 3 more rounds at your own pace. Focusing on matching your movements with your breath. And on your final round, coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to have our left hand stay grounded to the mat. And with our right hand, we're going to open our chest out to the right as we reach as high as we can. And then bring your right fingers to your right temple. We're going to exhale, bring our right elbow to our left hand. Inhale to open back up. Exhale to come down. Inhale one more time to come up. And then as you exhale, you're going to go to thread the needle as you bring your right shoulder down, laying your head down to the mat. And with your left hand, you can either extend it out in front of you or do a half bind behind your back. Bring your left hand back down, pushing up to a tabletop. You can move on to the other side. So left arm reaching up as high as we can. Fingers to temple as we exhale to bring our left elbow down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale down. Inhale one more time to come up. Really open your chest as wide as you can. And then exhaling, bring your left shoulder down as we come into our thread the needle. Pushing yourself back onto your hands. We step our legs out, straightening our legs into a plank. Holding here for breath in. To really engage our core, focusing on trying to keep a nice straight body. And then exhale, you can lift your hips up, bending your knees to come into a downward dog. Here in our down dog, we can just rest and just hang out for 5 full breaths. Just working on any kinks we could be feeling in our bodies, stretching our legs, swaying our hips. Just taking note on how we feel. And then when you're ready, we're going to starting with our right leg. We're going to bring it forward, placing it down between our hands as we lower our back knee, coming into a low lunge. We're then going to take our hands behind our backs, clasping them together, and pushing our hands as far away from our bodies as we can, opening our chest, pulling our shoulders back. So we just hold this pose for 3 full breaths. And then releasing our hands, we're going to walk our front foot slightly forward before straightening our right leg, pushing our hips back. As we come into our half splits, you can either bring your hands down to the mat, or if you have the flexibility for it, you can take your left hand and see if you can grab onto your front foot. And then bending your knee back up. You're going to bring both hands back to the top of the mat, and we're going to heel toe our right foot to the outside as we come into a lizard pose. From here, you have the option to either keep your back knee grounded or you can lift it up. And if you want to go a little bit deeper into the stretch, you can maybe see if you can come down onto your elbows onto the mat. And pushing yourself back up onto your hands, dropping your back knee. We then heel toe our foot over to the other side of the mat, and we're going to drop our knees coming into a pigeon pose. And from here, we really want to focus on keeping our chest up, pulling our shoulders back. You might need to use blocks just to help with your elevation or to give you some support on your hips. Just really want to focus on keeping our chest open and shoulders as far away from our ears. Grounding our hands back down to the mat, lifting our back knee as we bring our legs back together for our plank. Holding here for a breath in before exhaling back into our downward dog. And we can move on to the other side, bringing our left foot forward as you ground our back knee, coming into our low lunge, and bring our hands together behind our back, taking a breath in, opening our hearts out. Just really push our hands as far away from our bodies as we can. Exhaling, releasing our hands as we heel toe our front foot forward before straightening it, pushing our hips back to come into our half splits. And then re-bending our left knee, bring hands down to mat as we heel toe our foot outside and coming into our variation of our lizard. And coming back up onto your hands, heel toeing our foot over to the right, dropping our knee as we come into our active pigeon. Then grounding our hands, we're going to bring our legs together and then opening our knees as wide as the mat, toes touching, as we're going to sink our hips back, coming into a child's pose. And from here, we're going to rest our forehead down, and with our hands, we're just going to walk them out a little bit further from us, just to get some extra lengthening in our spine. As well as if you want, you can even tent your hands up, coming onto your fingertips, to give your shoulders a little extra stretch. And finally, you can bring your palms back down to the mat. We're going to shift our weight over to the left side. We should bring our left hand just outside the mat and place our right hand on top of our left to give ourselves a little extra stretch in our sides. Shifting our weight over to the right, bringing right hand outside of mat, resting our left hand on top of right, and just breathing into the stretch. Then coming back to center and ever so slowly pushing yourself back up onto your shins. And from here, we can just take our last few shoulder rolls, release any tension we could be feeling, notice any stretches or knots in our body. And we can take a last minute just to clear our minds, soak in the practice, and with one last breath out, you can flutter your eyes open. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you're feeling a little bit better, a little bit less stressed and tense in your shoulders. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like me to do, and hope to see you again soon on the yoga mat.